Hello and welcome back to the show on the streets. I'm Auram, and today we're asking the big question: traditional books versus comic books. This can sometimes get to be a very heated debate, as I know from personal experience, so let's see what the general public thinks about it. So of course, we have to find some people to interview. See you after the intro. I'm here with...
my name is Kevin.
I'm Juan.
It's Mayo.
Micah.
David.
Big Ed.
Big Ed, alright.
Zach,
and we are talking about books and comic books today, so first question is, do you think comic books are books?
Very much so, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that at all?
So, you know, it's got a binding and it's got a spine. I consider that a book.
And I think so as well, because some books are narratives and so are comic books. Comic books have a story, they have meaning. Some you can take a lot from it. You can learn new words from it. So, yeah, I totally think books are comic books.
I do too. I just like the pictures in it.
When you say that books are comic books, are you referring to like the trades or the collections, or like would you say if you looked at a single issue of a comic book, would you say that's a book?
Yes, anything that tells a story to me is a book.
That's a difficult question because there are series of novels as well, and each individual one's considered a book itself. So I don't consider each individual volume to be its own book. I would say the entire storyline is its book.
Yeah, of course.
yeah, I think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're just different things for different opportunities.
Okay.
Depends on what you're in the mood for, I guess. That's what I think.
Yeah.
If you walked into a comic book store and saw one on the shelf, what would you call that at first? Like, what would you say? Oh, that's a...
Ooh, either comic or graphic novel.
Marvel is the first thing that pops in my mind.
DC.
Interesting, we got a feud going on here.
Comic book. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
It's a book. The book, it's a noun, but the comic is the adjective that describes the book. It's just saying, hey, this is a book that has comics in it. You know, it's still a book. It's just a comic book.
English with Big Ed.
Yeah.
Comic book.
Yeah, comic.
Do you have like a stigma against comic books versus books? So like, do you respect books more?
I'm not really sure about that. I like comic books more, though,
Yeah.
than regular books. I don't know why.
So do I.
I'm not necessarily in comic books is why I respect books, but I mean, entertainment. I mean, you can, I don't know, I guess you can pull some ideological views from some of them, I guess. Maybe like with Star Trek, I guess, for being one. But other than that, I mean, they're books.
Is there a difference between a comic strip and a comic book?
Yes, a comic book is comprised of comic strips.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. Comic strip is just like a line of a few things, where a comic book is just consistently of all of it together.
Comic strip short, comic books long. I prefer the comic book, honestly.
That's a good kind of definition of it. I think like if you looked it up in a dictionary, a comic strip would be something like Garfield.
I think comic books have a bigger meaning and a better story than comic strips.
They're a lot shorter.
Comic strips are
Comic
more for newspaper.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure they have their differences, but not really. It's still a piece of writing. It's just, I mean, it's like maybe taking an excerpt from a book and just putting on I don't know.
So I guess a good follow-up to that would be, if you saw a comic strip like Garfield, would you call Garfield a book?
No, because it's in a newspaper. Obviously, it's a newspaper. But I mean, I don't know. You know, it's in a newspaper. It can't be a book because it's a newspaper.
That's it for the show on the streets for this week. I was very glad to see that so many people thought of comic books as books. They're all just words on a page with sometimes pictures. Personally, I agree with this sentiment. Novels are books, comic books are books, books are all novels and comic books, blah blah blah, blanket terms, woo. But of course, thank you so much for watching. Next time we reel it in a little bit and talk about comic book TV shows.